I recently sat with a couple of clients, and admittedly so, it was just a couple of ridiculous experiences. And not to make light of anybody's emotional or spiritual processes, I had just never really experienced this before. When I sat with these two women, and they were separate and a few days apart, they both had something very much in common, and I had to say something very strange to both of them. The first thing that I said to them in the first experience that I had, and the message that I get from Spirit, was this. Their spirits were kind of frustrated, not with them, but with the situations that were involving them, because my question to them both were this: what else could you be doing right? What are you doing wrong? You are literally not doing anything wrong in your life. You are doing absolutely everything right. And I gave them this perspective that sort of went like this. If you had a daughter that was walking your path, doing everything that you could for your family, for your work, for your home, for your friends, for everything, and they were walking your path and doing everything that you could with all the energy and resources and time that you have, and they were walking your path, would you be proud of your daughter? And they were both like, absolutely. My message to them was, you're doing everything right with the time, the resources, with everything that you have. You're pretty much doing everything right. And they're like, well, I guess you're right. And I go, well, why does it feel so wrong? Because both of them were so were at such a place of imbalance and anxiety that they just were blown away that despite their best efforts, despite all of their energy and everything that they were doing for them, their family, themselves, everything, it just didn't feel like enough. They were still beating themselves up like they had more to do. So it was an opportunity to sit with them and talk about this perfectionism that they had. Because both of them had this like drive for perfectionism. They wanted to be the absolute best version of themselves that they could be for not themselves here. And that's the thing. This wasn't from a place of ego. They were not looking to be a perfect Disney princess for themselves, or to boost to boost their ego or to boost their popularity. They were genuinely looking to be perfect for everybody around them. They wanted to be the best daughter, the best friend, the best mother, the best sister, the best wife. Every role that they had, they were putting so much energy into being the absolute best version of themselves. Now, we should all feel free to strive for excellence. We should all feel free to strive for more in our life. Yet, we must not do that from a place of not being enough. We must not do that from a place of being inadequate. We should want to be more exceptional because we already know that we're exceptional. We should want to be more beautiful because we already know that we're beautiful. We should not want to be more exceptional because we fear that we're inadequate. We should not be seeking to have more in our life because we want to be less inadequate. We should not be seeking to be more beautiful because we want to be less ugly. We should not seek to be less sick. We should seek to be more healthy. So there's some perspective shifts here. And yet there is this idea of perfectionism, not for us, right? Not for us, but for those that we love and those who depend on us. And I had to explain to both of these women, I said to both of them, I said, if you had somebody that you loved dearly, and this person was in your life, and you knew that they loved you so much that they were suffering, and they were crucifying themselves on this need to be perfect for you, what would you tell them? And both of them immediately said, well, I would tell them that they're enough, that they don't have to fight or struggle or do all of these things to be better, because whatever they're doing, they're already enough. Then I said, really? That's what you would tell them? Because that's the answer. And that's the answer that they should be giving themselves. The grace and the compassion that they should, that they should want for other people, that they did want for other people, that they do want for their family members and their friends. They have to give that to themselves, because nobody in this world, living or dead, who loves these women want them to suffer or feel inadequate. And I have this message for you. If you are struggling with this idea that you need to be perfect and that you need to be better, that you need to be more, remember what you would tell somebody in your life that you love who would be fighting that same fight. And then tell yourself that. Because guess what? Whether you believe it or not, you deserve that love. You deserve that wisdom. You deserve that compassion and grace as much as anybody else does. You do. So, don't wait around for somebody to give it to you. Give it to yourself. And with that, have a wonderful Wednesday.